We love hip hop.
Can I go check on No Jumper for just a quick second, please? All right. No Jumper, the coolest podcast in the world. However, hasn't been the coolest for a pretty minute, or for a pretty long time, I'll say. They have actually lost another co-host. All right. Aunt Hefe has been arrested. For the people who don't know who Aunt Hefe is, don't worry. I don't know who that nigga is either. All right. He's supposed to be some kind of West Coast gangster blood, if I'm not mistaken. He got wrapped up in a whole bunch of shit. And now he's facing a $1.2 million bail or something crazy. And Adam has lost another host. And this is not one of these guys that he just has on the couch for the new show. This is one of his main hosts that he has on a Monday show. I think he has on the Tuesday show. Shit's fucked up over there right now. But there has been some conflicting videos that have been coming out around this whole thing. Big salute to Poetic Flacco. That's my brother right there. He dropped the first video on this. And then Point and Shoot did a rebuttal video saying that Flacco was lying. Let's go through everything and then see where we fall on the other side of this. All right. So let's go through the first video here. I'll pull this up on the screen.
Let's take a look at the footage of the murder. And yes, I got the footage before the police. Don't ask me how I got it. This Hefe murder investigation just took a turn for the worse. Now, the family of Hefe has tapped in. Other people from different communities in LA has tapped in, and we have more information. Hefe was arrested yesterday a little after noon by the Robbery and Homicide Division. If you watch any one of Hefe's videos from yesterday, Hefe literally had tears falling from his eyes, as you can see right here. So Hefe was stressed out, or he knew something was coming down the pipeline. He was literally crying in his videos.
You another one like the other one.
I don't know what bro was going through. I'm praying for his mental health. This got to be a tough time for Ant, man, because I ain't never seen Ant that emotional. Now, upon information and belief, people began to connect Hefe's arrest to a murder that took place yesterday in LA at a taco stand.
The LAPD says there was an argument just before the gunfire, and it all unfolded just steps away from a busy taco stand.
NBC4's Camilla Rambaldi joins us live from the LAPD headquarters after talking with witnesses. Camilla.
Hi, Jonathan and Kathy. Telemundo 52 spoke with the brother of the man who was killed. I also spoke with one man who was working at the taco stand last night. He told me he heard about 7 to 8 gunshots. Let's go ahead and get you to some video from earlier. In this clip, you can see several bullet holes in a fence near the stand. The LAPD says the shooting was reported just before 2 in the morning near the intersection of Holmes and Slauson Avenues. As you mentioned earlier, there are a number of businesses in the area. Police say a man walked toward a car and there was some sort of an argument. Police say the man was then shot and the shooter took off in a car. It is unclear at this point what led up to the argument. The family of the man who was killed has identified him as 30-year-old Deshaun Coleman. They shared a photo of him with our
so many of these West Coast niggas have this face.
Team. Here was more from his family and reaction from a man who was working at the taco stand.
We don't know nothing. All we know, we need justice. He was a good person, a loving person. He took care of everybody.
We hear some people yelling, like yelling back.
Yelling. He's saying yelling. When I first heard this video, I was like, what the fuck is yelling? Gelling. He's saying yelling.
Words. Yelling bad words, start fighting.
Did you hear the gunshots?
Yeah, I hear the gunshots. I hear like 7 gunshots, and that scares me. I didn't move. I was frozen, like no zero nerves. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know if to run or to stay.
The question of the day is, did Hefe commit this murder? Well, to answer that question, let's take a look at the footage of the murder. And yes, I got the footage before the police. Don't ask me how I got it. I don't even know if I'm privy to share that information. I don't know if, who gave me the footage will even want me to say it. But just know I got the footage of the murder, okay?
Yo, Flacco, he don't give a shit no more. He's all the way in like North Dakota, or I think he moved to Texas or somewhere. And he's just like, I'm going to just let it fly for all the LA politics.
The reason why people believe that Hefe may be
Low-key, I might need to move.
involved in this murder is because one of Hefe's vehicle may or may not have been at the scene when his murder took place. Okay. One of Hefe's vehicles may or may not have been at the scene when this took place. This car right here may or may not have been one of the vehicles that Hefe used to drive to No Jumper. But
May or may not.
the driver of the vehicle never actually gets out the car. When the altercation play out between this group of people, somebody runs into the passenger side of one of Hefe's vehicles, allegedly, and they drove off. This right here is the gentleman that was shot and killed, him right here. Now, they're having some type of disagreement with some individuals there. So while they're having a disagreement, you're about to see this guy right here is about to get punched. Now, when he gets punched, the person who was shot and killed, they all began to move forward. Now, when they begin to move forward, somebody comes from around the car and started shooting, hits him, he falls and dies. Then they chase somebody around this vehicle, but they couldn't shoot them and the person goes away.
Now, listen, I don't know if this exactly is the video where Aunt Hefe is involved in anything, because there's going to be some conflicting stories, but we'll get to that.
Now, this guy right here is about to punch him when he turns his back. I'm not going to show the footage, obviously.
I wonder if I can find that on Twitter.
Now, watch. Now, I don't know why, he has no situational awareness whatsoever. He's standing close as if it's sweet. He's about to get punched. Watch. Boop. Now he's about to launch at him and punch him right now, right? He spots him about to punch like this. He punches him. Now, obviously, right, I can't show that. But now you see he been driven back on the wall. He's still pursuing him. Now, when he pursues him, it's only him. So now his homies, including the dude who got killed, they now progress on him. But that's when the shooting happened. You see right here? Now the person comes from around here and they begin to shoot. Now, I'm not gonna show y'all the footage, right? But just know they shot and killed this person. They shot and killed him. He hit the floor. He ran over here. He runs right here. They run over here. Then they took off around the corner. So this is the shooting footage. Aunt Hefe did not commit the shooting. But because it was rumored that Aunt Hefe may or may not have been at the scene when it took place. His vehicle may or may not have been there when it took place. People automatically assume, oh, damn, wait, was he in over there when it happened?
Right. So now this is the one thing that people are feeling that this Aunt Hefe guy has been arrested for, but it's actually something else that he got arrested for.
Happened? Oh, damn, he got picked up for that. He didn't get picked up for that. That's where the misunderstanding came from. Everybody is assuming, all right, that one of Aunt's vehicle may or may not have been there, allegedly. Right, so but he was not picked up for that. Maybe he could be called in for questioning for that. Who knows? Allegedly, but he was not picked up for that. Aunt Hefe was picked up. Again, this is directly from family members of Aunt Hefe. Okay, Aunt Hefe was picked up for a conspiracy that took place a couple of months ago, a murder. What was this conspiracy? What was this murder? Well, let me explain, okay? Aunt Hefe is from A-Tray Gangsters Crips. 4 A-Trays were arrested yesterday. And Hefe was just one of them. There were 3 others that was arrested. Now, apparently a DP was taken. Now, N Hefe was not involved with the DP at all, but a DP was taking place. Now, when the DP is taking place, they brutalized and beat up the dude so bad. I don't know if weapons were involved. I don't know what were involved, but they brutalized this dude so bad that he died during the DP.
Thing. All right. You guys know what the DPs are, right? Those disciplinary actions or whatever the hell you call that shit. So basically, when you freaking violate something against the gang, you know, let's say you do something to embarrass the gang or shame the gang, right? Now, members of your own gang have to discipline you by kicking the shit out of you. So these guys are disciplining somebody, kicked the shit out of him so crazy that he died. Good job, guys.
Now, where the murder and the robbery comes in, after the dude died, they ran into his car, stole some stuff, and dipped. Now, the police is claiming, according to N Hefe's family, that Aunt Hefe was there when this took place. N Hefe was again not involved with the DP. He did not punch anybody, didn't hit him, but he was present when the DP took place. And because of that, N Hefe's family is claiming that the police is saying that N is involved in this conspiracy to murder. That's why N Hefe is in jail, according to his family. People believe N Hefe got picked up for the blood murder at the taco stand because N Hefe may or may not have been present, according to the sighting of one of his cars, when this murder took place. A high-ranking gang member from Pueblos, Young Woo, it looks like he's not letting Young N Hefe off the hook completely just yet, because he dropped a video where he essentially names Young N Hefe and backs up the story that Young N Hefe and this dude had an altercation. Now, from the footage I just seen, if that's Young N Hefe's car, if that's one of the cars Young N Hefe dropped to No Jumper, if that's one of them, then Young N Hefe never actually got out the vehicle when the altercation took place.
Pueblo Bishops, rest in peace, my young homie, Lil Bandit, aka Bandino. But listen, man, the story has come out on what happened to him. So allegedly, at the time where he went to the taco stand to get him a burrito, Young N Hefe had just pulled up or was there already. He was standing in line. And when, you know, the homies seen him, because I'm not sure how many.
Yeah, getting jumped in is definitely different, but still stupid, right? Don't join a gang, period. If anything that you need to do to get into this gang means that your friends, your quote unquote brothers need to beat the shit out of you for you to be a part of this, then just say, you know, I'll pass.
People was with the homie Lil Bandit, you know, they started pressing Young N Hefe, banging on him. I guess they wasn't aware that, you know, he from HA Gangsters. He also, you know, that popular YouTube nigga. You feel what I'm saying? And after that, you feel me, once Young N Hefe say you from HA Gangster Crip, you would think it'd be like, you know, dead, you know, water under the bridge or some shit. But I guess Young N Hefe felt uncomfortable, started walking to his car, and then the homie followed him to his car. That's when the argument ensued, you feel me, with the dissing and everything. And then Young N Hefe, they say he shot 6 or 7, maybe 8.
They still blaming N for that murder, apparently, but
all this, oh, where you from bullshit, I don't want to have to deal with that. I'm sorry, I'm not part of a gang. I'm not from nowhere. All right. So Point and Shoot had a response to this. Let's play the Point and Shoot response. Because they're saying that Flacco lying.
All right. So there have been some new developments.
Titles over here is Poetic Jala caught lying about Young Aunt Hefe's arrest.
In the Young Aunt Hefe.
Actually, before I play this, let me play you guys this quickly. Okay. And I asked in the poll, will Adam pay for Aunt Hefe's bail?
No Jumper podcast co-host and Hefe has been arrested and charged with felony murder in Los Angeles, with his bail set at $1 million. Law enforcement officials confirming the news of murder charges to TMZ May 19th. E! News has confirmed per arrest records that Ant, whose real name is Maurice Shellman, was arrested by the Los Angeles Police Department's Robbery Homicide Division also on May 19th and is being held on $1 million bail. No Jumper founder Adam22 responded to the arrest on his Instagram story hours later, sharing a screenshot of the text message he sent to a TMZ reporter, writing, "Honestly, I don't know anything yet, so I'm not of much value. But he's been a great podcaster for the last year or so, and as far as I knew, he wasn't really in the streets like that anymore. So this was all a huge shock." He added that they learned of Ant's arrest during their podcast's May 19th episode when the rapper didn't show up to set. While they initially thought Ant lost cell phone service, they eventually speculated that he was arrested.
Maurice Shellman.
Nah, they got the
felony.
I could tell by the bail amount how much the bail amount.
77. Only $1 million bill in LA is just $1 million. That's a hard one, bro.
Oh man,
this shit got on E! News.
E! News was unable to locate an attorney for Shellman and has reached out to the LAPD for comment. It's not yet heard back.
Murder arrest situation. So
Poetic let's start this over again.
All right, so there have been some new developments in the young Ant Hefe murder arrest situation. So Poetic Minyango Jala,
Frederick Jala is my real name,
says that young Ant was involved in this taco stand shooting that happened on May the 16th in Los Angeles.
So young Ant Hefe is at the taco stand minding his business, trying to get some tacos, trying to eat. A Pablo Blood pull up. I think like into Pablo's from like 5'4" or 5 dudes, who knows, right? But the Pablo Blood pull up. Instantly, an altercation breaks out. He starts to bang on young Ant Hefe. "Where you from, Blood?" And Hefe, "I'm from A-Trey Gangsta Crib." Cool. That should have been the end of it. Young Ant Hefe walks away, gets back into his car. Now, when young Ant Hefe gets back into his car, the Pablo Blood follows young Ant Hefe to his car. Allegedly, that's why young Ant Hefe killed the dude from Pablo Blood.
So Jala says that's why young Ant Hefe killed the guy from Pablo Blood. What? So Jala is actually lying. He made that whole thing up. That's all rumors and just lies that he came up with. That is not what young Ant Hefe is locked up for. And so Jala gets called out for this pretty much right away by Remo, Officer Remo from No Jumper. Everyone knows Remo. So Remo says that Jala is lying and that young Ant Hefe went down for something that happened a long time ago. It was like a DP gone wrong.
The stuff that we just basically spoke about.
And someone lost their
situation.
There's a commission of a felony going on when somebody died. And that's what made it PC 189. Felony murder.
Just to update on the Ant Hefe situation. I know a lot of rumors and shit have been hitting the internet. Everyone's trying to say that young Ant Hefe was actually involved with the shooting at a taco stand. I'm not sure about that. From what I'm hearing that young Ant Hefe was actually arrested from a situation that stemmed from like a few months back. I'm hearing it was like a DP gone wrong where I don't know, maybe somebody in his.
Why does that feel like that needs to have a pause on there? A DP gone wrong? But proceed.
Got DP'd, but in the midst of the dude getting a DP, someone actually passed away during the DP, and that is actually what Ant Hefe supposedly, allegedly.
So Jala gets called out for this, and he panics and releases an emergency video with revised versions of the account. And this was actually pretty funny. So Jala now...
Even dying from a DP sounds crazy. I'm sorry to sidetrack the thing, but bruh, y'all niggas need to dress up the talks, bro. Dying from a DP sounds nuts, fam. Like, how hard was he pushing it? Pause.
Claims. So he says that he's got footage, and he claims that young Ant Hefe's vehicle was involved with the shooting. Not Ant Hefe.
One of Ant Hefe's vehicles may or may not have been at the scene when this took place. This car right here may or may not have been one of the vehicles that Ant Hefe used to drive to No Jumper. But the driver of the vehicle never actually gets out the car. When the altercation play out between this group of people, somebody runs into the passenger side of one of Ant Hefe's vehicles, allegedly, and they drove off. This right here is the gentleman that was shot and killed. Him right here.
So what this Jala is telling us is that young Aunt Hefe is not seen in any of this footage of the shooting. So Jala made up the story about young Aunt Hefe getting banged on and then going to his car and retrieving a weapon and then shooting the guy. And then so Jala made that whole thing up. Isn't that nice? The only connection that this footage has to young Aunt Hefe is that Jala says that this looks like one of young Aunt Hefe's vehicles. That's it. This is insane. And what Jala does next is even more insane. Wait till you see this. So Jala justifies.
So wait a minute. Is he trying to say that Flacco just violating the hell out the man, just putting him at murder scenes that he wasn't at? Because if that's the case, that'd be crazy. I know Flacco does his due diligence, but bruh, that would be a hit. That's why a lot of these niggas want to kill this nigga, bro. I know Flacco don't care, but like, bruh, like, I know I get in the trench, but nigga, you get in the trench. Like, I got the footage first. I got the footage of the murder right now before the cops. Like, holy, like, bro, like, you're doing too much.
His reporting, his malicious, made-up lie story reporting based on this Instagram post. He's saying, look, this guy's the one saying stuff, not me. I'm getting my information from this guy, this Pueblo Blood.
A high-ranking gang member from Pueblo's, Young Woo, it looks like he's not letting Young and Hefe off the hook completely just yet, because he dropped a video where he essentially names Young and Hefe and backs up the story that Young and Hefe and this dude had an altercation. Now, from the footage I just seen, if that's Young and Hefe's car, if that's one of the cars Young and Hefe dropped to no jumper, if that's one of them, then Young and Hefe never actually got out the vehicle when the altercation took place.
Pueblo Bishops, rest in peace, my young homie, Lil Bandit, aka Bandino. But listen, man.
Let me go for it a bit. We saw all this already.
Coming from Jala.
The Pueblo's on and everything, and then Young and Hefe, they say he shot 6 or 7, maybe 8.
They still blaming him for that murder, apparently. But shout out to Remo, man.
Okay, so that whole story that you just heard that guy tell us, this Pueblo Blood, that story came from Jala's first video. What? He literally said it in his video. He said, this is coming from Jala.
The Pueblo's on beef with the HA gangsters. It should have been kind of like, you know, left alone. But where the Flacco was claiming that the homie Lil Bandit was dissing Young and Hefe hood, you know, dissing all kind of gangs and shit like that. You feel?
Flacco's the source for people's information now. He literally drops a video right when a lot of shit happens.
All this guy did was repeat what he heard from Jala, and Jala presents this to his audience and tells his audience that this guy's backing up the story that he reported on.
And backs up the story
that Young and Hefe was getting banged on and went and got a gun and shot him and killed him. This is what Jala is telling his audience, and he's saying this guy is a high-ranking blood member, and he's backing up the story. So, I mean, you just got to understand what's going on. So,
yo, that freeze frame is crazy. I just caught where you said the lie was. So what are you trying to tell me? Flacco is trying to say that he heard from a high-ranking blood that this story is a true story or that really went down. However, and ran the video of dude, but dude is saying that he heard the story from Flacco. That don't even make sense.
Jala literally blamed this unsolved murder on young Aunt Hefe or his car. And then when he got called out for this because it wasn't true and he knew it, he says that this blood member is blaming young Aunt Hefe, not him. He says this guy's blaming him.
They still blaming him for that murder, apparently. But shout out to Remo, man.
Where the Flacco was claiming that
Yo, the man's repeating that is crazy.
Now, I want to show you this part where Jala throws shade at Remo for proving him wrong and calling him out for false journalism.
He and Remo has been on the phones trying to get y'all the most information we can get y'all, man. Remo has been a big help. He's been on the phones as well, doing some really, really, really great investigation and detective work when it comes to this case, man. But I'll be real with y'all guys, man. The Pueblo Bloods, they're still blaming Young and Hefe for this. I'm not entirely sure. Member of A-Tray dying.
And then he suggests that the family could be misleading us or lying to us. I mean, this is a liar that he just got called out for lying, suggesting that the family is lying. This Jala is really something else. He told the whole internet that this taco shooting was because of young Anthony Hefe. I mean, even Trappler Ross followed Jala's lead. All the little YouTube cockroaches all jumped on this and reported this as Jala did.
His friends mourning the loss, and then this is kind of foot.
Okay, so I think Flacco did respond. Let me see.
Young and Hefe has officially been charged with murder, and he's unbelievably cooked.
Let me play this for y'all. He did respond.
Cooked. Beyond cooked. After the new details in court today, I don't see how Young and Hefe beats this case without snitching. It's officially been confirmed by court documents and TMZ that Ant is officially being charged with the murder of one of his big homies. Now, the big homie name is Carl Terrell. We know that he was murdered on January 31st, 2026. He was born October 26, 1974.
So January, so 6 months ago, or almost 6 months ago.
Died January 31st, 2026, obviously, as we just said. But here's what's really concerning, and here's how you know that he didn't die on
1974. So this nigga is 51 years old out there gangbanging, getting into DPs and shit. Oh, come on, bro. Do better.
On good terms with his gang, or if he did die on good terms with his gang, then it's shame on that gang.
51?
Because he died January 31st, 2026. His funeral service wasn't until March 20th. So it took a month and 20 days. It took about 50 days for them to be able to raise enough funds to bury him and send him off proper. Now, if he's from A-Tray, if he is a gang member who is in cahoots with the gang, he's an OG over there, why?
51-year-old gang members who are still getting DP'd is crazy. You're a loser, bro. I'm sorry.
Didn't they come together and send him off properly? Well, that will probably play into the story, because the story is that they were disciplining him, right? They were DPing him, and they ended up murdering him. For y'all who are gainfully employed and don't really speak Iganese, let me help y'all out. A DP is when gang members.
Okay, I already explained that.
So any grown man showing up for other grown men to give him a spanking, you are weird. Because they feel like they have the numbers, or like because they want to. I judge the weirdos who actually pull up and get DP. Like that's who I judge.
All facts.
Just to get the police off my tail, man. I'm coming together. I'm raising money. Bro, I'm putting my life savings into this funeral, man. I'm going to be upfront giving a speech at the funeral so they don't suspect me at all. But apparently that wasn't done, which was, again, odd. How an OG from the hood don't get no support for the funeral. I was pretty shocked that as of now, Young and Hefe has only one co-defendant. That might change. I heard multiple A-Trays got picked up.
Yeah, he's the OG from the hood, but if he's getting DP'd, then he sounds like an active gang member, not just like somebody who just down from time. You know what I'm saying? That used to be outside, but now he's chilling. If you got to get DP'd, then you're probably still outside at 50 years old gang banging.
Yesterday, but as of now, this morning, he has one co-defendant, and that co-defendant name is Johnny Gray. Now, here's why this is very important. And if we don't get some new co-defendants pretty fast, it's going to look pretty grim for Young and Hefe unless he starts to tell, because that's the only way out of this. And the reason why that's important is because we were told that this was a DP gone wrong, that multiple A-Tray members beat up this dude, he died. Now, it's also consistent with what we were told yesterday, whereas multiple A-Trays got picked up. But if only two people have been charged so far, Young and Hefe and this dude called Johnny Gray, then that kind of like contradicts the story we were told, which is multiple people were there. They was DPing this dude. Young and Hefe didn't touch this dude. Young and Hefe was just at the wrong place at the wrong time, bro. Right? He was just there. He didn't do anything. Well, if Young and Hefe.
All right, so I think we got the point. That's what he was arrested for, rather than the shooting over at the at the restaurant or whatever. Let me check on something because I want to see if Adam has responded to this. No jumper. Young. And Hefe. 1 day ago, and Hefe arrested for running murder. 2 days ago. Let me hear what Adam got to say about this.
But yeah,
can you do a little research and figure out if Aunt Hefe is locked up right now?
Yeah, I don't
that's just him
for parking tickets.
Hell no, that's probably for running
Smoking in
some
public.
kind of operation.
Smoking in public.
I mean, he went to the feds for like
Just close to cashing in on which
something that's difficult,
like bracing himself.
Well, the fact that this happened and then we haven't heard from him all day today.
Yeah, the combination of the two things is what really did it. There,
Because there's never been a single pod that he hasn't come on that he didn't say anything. It'd be like he would say this ball.
You see what he's putting in it. He's putting
Man, that nigga-
tobacco
that
in it,
nigga
which
Red Bull
is
is
disgusting.
Okay.
No, I believe when he go to court, it's gonna get dropped down.
That's wishful thinking. I like that.
I mean, not drop the bail amount. Make it drop down.
Okay.
You know
need to go get bro right now.
That's best case scenario.
I don't know.
Here we go. Say that again.
I'm gonna have to wait and see some more details about this case.
No, I believe when he go to court, it's gonna get dropped down.
That's wishful thinking. I like that.
I mean, not drop the bail amount. Make it drop down.
Okay.
You
need to go get bro right now.
That's best case scenario.
I don't know.
He said you need to go get bro right now.
Oh, I'm not 100% sure about
Man,
that.
the day we shot our little TikTok promo and we that's like
And we're all kind of like low key, like bummed that he didn't show up. Meanwhile, he's sitting in the box.
Nah, I kind of knew it was serious, I'll be honest, like because like I said, that's not within the scope of his character.
I do think that it would be a good look for the Keyways all over LA, though, if the neighborhoods were to come through and put the money together to bail out our A-Tray brethren, Mr. Hefe. And I think
Adam's trying to find it out. It would be nice. It would be nice if you guys put some money together, right? There's that option, just putting money together. We don't have to look at the rich white man at the table all the time and say, hey, bail us out of jail because we can't stay out of gangs, right? It's like there is another option, guys.
I think that'd be super dope. I think that'd be super dope.
All right, we need to.
That'd be quite the olive branch.
I'm gonna hit up Big U.
No. We need to start a GoFundMe for him then.
That's a fact. Put it up on the page, Adam.
Melvin Farmer might want to get involved.
Adam?
I don't know about
But the GoFundMe, start a GoFundMe for a young Ant, Adam.
Yo, this is why I don't freaking podcast or get hire a bunch of gangbangers to freaking co-host with me, right? Because then people are gonna be like, yo, so Friday, your co-host, he got arrested. You're not gonna get him out? Man, them are not gonna put up the bail. You don't know somebody who can be a surety? Like, no. I'm sorry.
To bail him out for murder or something.
We don't know what he in jail for.
Yeah, we don't know nothing, but we got to get him to the live show. So
that's true.
Start the GoFundMe right now, Adam.
Bro, that's fucked
They're
up.
trying to do Aunt Hefe like Chud.
Like, especially if I don't know if he's giving them enough money that they can stay out the streets. I doubt it from like past reports of how much people on No Jumper make. And I'm definitely not paying my team enough for them to stop doing their jobs and stuff, right? Like, my guys are not in the street and I paid them, but like not enough for them to be like, all right, guys, quit your job. Don't worry. We Love Hip Hop's going to handle this moving forward. And listen, even when there is enough money coming in, where I could pay all of the man them enough money that could match what a regular job can do, I would still suggest they have something going on the side just in case the floor falls out of whatever happens. You know, we can get a major, like besides Gamdon, Sulta Gamdon, right? We can get a bigger bag, 10 times the size as Gamdon. And I'm like, don't worry, guys, quit your jobs. No, don't do that. If I ever say that, remember this live here. Okay, don't do that because you just never know. And like, don't get in the street neither because I'm not going to bail you out.
That's crazy.
Man, I don't even know nothing about that nigga. I heard it for the first time when
you beef
look, we just got a member. Boom.
Yeah,
that's gonna bail him out.
That's what happened when you beef with Whack 100, man. I guess I'm next now.
I just gotta wait a month for the YouTube check to come now. So
it's crazy.
Damn, Brick and Hefe going down is crazy.
You know this gonna fall back on you.
And suspects.
It is.
Bruh. You know gonna say you send everybody to jail, right?
That's a fact. That's a for sure.
Ooh. Suspect's gone too. I forgot Suspect was dealing with his shit. And Brick Baby, salute to Brick Baby. He gave Brick Baby some bail money at first before the RICO happened. And then he got hit up in the RICO. So all that bail money that he can put up for Brick Baby, which I think was the first time that he actually put up bail money for any of his maybe even the first time he had to put up bail money for any of his hosts, ended up losing that shit because the guy got picked up in a RICO. So let's not do that again. All right, Adam, if you see this, you probably won't. Let's not do that again. All right, bro, please.
You know that's gonna be the narrative.
I mean,
right?
anybody who watches this podcast for sure knows that Aunt Hefe's admissions of crimes on here that really hasn't even taken place at all.
But the reality is, like, just being over here on this platform, whether you're an artist getting interviewed or you're like a cast member, the fact that it's like a street.
I feel like I'm having deja vu because when Brick Baby got arrested, I remember we were watching videos of him. He was like leaning back, speaking to Loose Cannon, and he was showing the burner in his waist. He was there showing the burner in his waist, like, yeah. And niggas just thought it was all fun and games on the internet to just show what kind of guns you have and be felons and gangbangers. It's no jumper. It's the internet. It's not real. It's not real life. Yeah, it's real life. So I don't know, bro.
Leaning platform, there's gonna be like a higher likelihood of people getting busted.
Don't join a gang.
There's no real.
Why is it hard? Hold on, what you mean?
Because you're dealing with people that are already like talking.
Yo, why does Lush look like 10 years older than when I interviewed him? It wasn't that long ago. Damn, Lush. Wow, bro. Yo, Adam's down bad right now. One of his main guys, probably one of his best hosts over there, is aging at a rapid pace. The drugs are just aging him expeditiously. I don't know who this nigga is here. He's doing all right. But damn.
About the criminal life and then have been involved in the criminal life. It's not just random citizens or people like, oh, they come over here and coincidentally get caught up in some random thing.
We hire gang members. We're like Homeboy Industries over here. Yeah.
That's the
How
point.
you know about Homeboy Industries, bro? Shout out to Homeboy Industries, but how do Adam 22 from
Yo, respect to Lush, okay? Lush, that's, he's been through Toronto, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's a legend. But Lush, please, Lush, go get some help, man. You look like you have aged 20 years since the time that I spoke to you from my interview. Let me show you something. I know this is not a Lush story, but Jesus Christ. No jumper. Coolest podcast in the world. These niggas is. I'm not trying to age shame because, like, listen, I'm old as hell, but like, he didn't look that old like that long ago. Not that long ago, bro. He looked way younger than that, fam. I'm trying to tell you. Yeah, this is it. With what's going on currently. I seen him recently, and big salute to AGB, to Don, who look at his face. Look at this.
Mama Bear.
Look at this. Compared to this is crazy. Look at this. Wow. Holy shit, man. Look how much weight the man lost. And this is not because the man's working out. Like, when you see Lush walking, like he looks like he's like crippled and stuff. Like he's limping and shit like that. Holy shit, man. Look how like his face wasn't even like thicker paws. It was fat. He had a fat face, bro. Now look at this. Wow, say no to drugs for real, kids.
From New Hampshire,
I bought bread from them. I bought a loaf of sourdough from my local Homeboy Industries affiliate the other day.
You know what's funny?
Huh.
Okay. We got a call that Snoopy Badass was at Homeboy Industries, right? They was passing out diapers and shit. You feel me?
Incredible diapers?
Like, no, of course. He was at Homeboy Industries trying to get some free diapers in.
What you mean getting
This shit starts to watch. I'm sorry, gang. I don't know if Adam has responded to this. Maybe he has. Let's go to the 22 Stars page. How many days ago was this from? Look at Lush. Shit is sad. Let me go to this man's stories to see what's going on.
Often is that? Could we just interview Chemo 8400? He a young nigga.
Oh, that little shorty.
Bad bitch, I could be a fantasy.
This is crazy. It's $25.
This is another day. And who?
But it feels like everybody's like kind of thinks of the Hoovers as like.
My husband is supposed to do the entire morning routine by himself today. Let's go wake him up. Hey. Welcome to my life every day. 6:30 in the morning.
And who?
What are you trying to figure out right now?
Made in a facility that also processes soy, milk, eggs, peanuts, and other tree nuts.
I think you're gonna be okay.
Can I see a free at Hefe in there somewhere?
Okay.
Free brick? Somebody?
Are you having fun?
It's everything I ever wanted.
Well, I guess not. I'm not saying that he has to, right? I'm not saying that he even has, like I said, he doesn't have to give no bail or anything like that. But like, yo, what up, Aunt Hefe? I'm thinking about you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Free the dogs, them. Maybe I missed it. Maybe, there's a 24-hour thing on there, so maybe I missed it. Let me just check what's going on over here with No Jumper, and then we'll get off of this story. I think I've spent enough time beating the story to death. It's just like anytime they get somebody who's like semi-acceptable, the person gets locked up. Dare I say they might have like the No Jumper curse? Not to say everybody gets locked up, but like a lot of their co-hosts have gotten locked up, bro. And the ones who ain't got locked up, they just leave. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. Let me see what you guys are saying over here in the poll before I get off of the story. I asked, will Adam pay Aunt Hefe's bail? 84% of y'all said no, and only 16% of y'all are like, yeah, he gonna do it. So, yeah, I don't think you guys have that much faith in Adam. And like I said, he doesn't have to do it. It's not his obligation. All right? Suspects is going to, I think he's gone. Or he still might be there, but like he's on, yeah. He left, came back, and might be going, and is going again. Yeah, that's what happened. So, yeah, Adam has a hard time keeping co-host over there.
Thanks for watching.
If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to check out these other videos on the screen and make sure to like and subscribe.
We love hip hop.